I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Russian disappeared. Invisible.
This thing could park a couple of hundred warheads off Washington and New York.
Stolen.
He's defecting. The Russians know this, which is why they've been trying to sink him for the past 2 days.
The hunt is on.
Now you want us to help you hunt him down and kill him?
Battle stations.
Give the man a chance.
From the director of Die Hard.
Torpedo is an acquisition!
From the best-selling novel by Tom Clancy.
We sail into history.
The Hunt for Red October. March 2nd.
Hi, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is actually a PayPal request thanks to a very nice person named Albin. It's one of 4 requests that he paid generously to my PayPal. And if anyone out there ever wants to request a movie or so, or review of whatever, pretty much whatever topic, whatever, you can send it to my PayPal down below. Or if you're interested in joining my Patreon, the link to that's down below too. So, Albin, if you're watching, thank you so much. And today, we talk about The Hunt for Red October from 1990. Directed by John McTiernan. Now, of course, this is after he did Die Hard and Predator. And The Hunt for Red October is based on a Tom Clancy novel, which I've never read the novels. Of course, after this, the character of Jack Ryan would be portrayed by Harrison Ford in Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger, which those reviews will be coming as well, thanks to Albin. Then you had The Sum of All Fears with Ben Affleck, and then the one that I didn't see, the one with Chris Pine, Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit, I believe. But anyway, this is a film that, back in the day when I saw it, this is like way, way, way back when. Probably when I was a kid. I remember being, because as a kid I'm much more into the action, and I still am. But the more I grow up, the more I can appreciate certain movies or things. And I don't think I've ever hated this film. It's just one of those, But watching it again, I do quite enjoy it. I like Alec Baldwin as Jack Ryan. I do kind of prefer, though, that it was Harrison Ford. Not just for the consistency, since he played Jack Ryan in the next 2 films, but I like him more as an actor than Alec Baldwin. I know another guy that was up for it was Kevin Costner. And I would have loved to have seen Kevin Costner do this. I know he did Dances with Wolves, but to be honest, I would prefer Kevin Costner's star in this movie. Just would have been a nice, because they worked with him and Sean Connery, they worked together on The Untouchables, which is a good movie. And it would have been nice to see them together again. And Alec Baldwin, I don't hate as an actor. And he does a good job here. But, I don't know. I just never really saw him as a lead. I know that sounds stupid. Because usually I see him either as a villain, Mercury Rising, or Malice, or other movies, or the asshole in Glenn Ross, or like a supporting role, a la Beetlejuice. But as a lead, good guy role, again, he does fine, I like him, but it's just there's other actors that I would prefer. Oh, just maybe because his demeanor, he just seems like he's a guy that fits I just never saw him as the leading man material. But again, he does fine. But I would have preferred Harrison Ford or Kevin Costner. But still, I keep wanting to harp on it. He does fine in the role as Jack Ryan. And the plot of the film, Sean Connery, which I know it's weird, it's about Russians. The Soviets, they created this new nuclear submarine, Red October, that could run silent due to this propulsion system. And this established, commended captain, played by Sean Connery, he decides to defect with a group of soldiers and take it to the U.S. One of the soldiers that's with Sean Connery is Sam Neill. And the reason Sean Connery's doing this is because he knows this could lead to a nuclear war, and he doesn't want that. But of course, you have the Russians trying to sink Red October. You have the Americans going, what is this guy? We don't know what this guy's doing. But Jack Ryan is able to figure it out and then tries to get in contact with the help of an American submarine captain played by Scott Glenn. James Earl Jones is in the film as a buddy of Jack Ryan's character. Tim Curry is actually one of the crewmen on Sean Connery's submarine. I was going to say ship. Other people, Courtney B. Vance, who I've recognized in other movies. He's in this as part of Scott Glenn's crew. Also, I believe Joss Ackland is his name. He was the bad guy in Lethal Weapon 2. Diplomatic Community. He's in here as a higher-up Soviet guy. And it's weird that Sean Connery is playing a Russian. I'm like, this is the most Scottish Russian of all time. But still, it's Sean Connery, and I like Sean Connery. I liked him in the James Bond movies. I liked him in The Rock. He does a great job here, despite the fact that nothing about him is Russian. Still there. What was the line he says? Most things here don't react well to bullets. That's the worst Sean Connery ever, so I'm going to stop that. But the film worked very well. It was slickly shot by John McTiernan. At times it was tense. The look of the inside of the submarines of both the Russian and American subs, they did a nice job tech-wise. It's fairly well cast, despite there's other picks I would have for Alec Baldwin's role, but Baldwin does a good job. The finale is pretty entertaining. Has a great score by Basil Polidoris. In fact, if you ever find the teaser, The Demolition Man, not the trailer, the rare teaser that's on YouTube, that actually has some footage that's not in the movie. The music in that is from this movie, which I'm like, so that's where they got the music from. It was from this movie. And Basil Polidoris, of course, is the guy who did the score for RoboCop, among many others. So, great score. And some nice direction by John McTiernan. For example, one thing I didn't notice, but I thought was intriguing, is in the beginning of the film, these characters are speaking Russian. And John McTiernan pushes the camera in. And as soon as the Russian says Armageddon, which I believe that's how it is in both Russian and English, then the Russians start speaking English. At least the audience hears that. Maybe they're technically still speaking Russian, but we hear it as English. And stuff like that I really appreciated watching it again. I'm like, that's a really neat idea. Like, that was definitely on purpose. And there's some good looking shots by McTiernan. In the finale where there's this saboteur and Alec Baldwin has to chase him. And then Sean Connery has that fun line, most things in here don't react well to bullets. And then you have this nice, good-looking shot of Alec Baldwin. The camera pulls back, and you see this shitload of these like red missiles lined up that just dwarfs Alec Baldwin's character. I mean, that's a really good-looking shot. And I like Sam Neill from In the Mouth of Madness and Event Horizon, Jurassic Park, so it was nice to see him in there. For a brief role, you see Sven-Ole Thorsen, the guy who's bid friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the guy in The Running Man who tells Richard Dawson, guess I got to score some steroids. And the security guy that leaves Richard Dawson at the end for Arnold to fuck up. Drop dead. I don't do requests. You've seen Sven-Ole Thorsen quite a few Schwarzenegger movies, and then he got his own movie, Abraxas, with Jesse Ventura, and then it's like, yeah, don't have him star in movies anymore. He's the guard in Mallrats, LaFours. So it's all okay. I recognize him. That's cool. I think for some people, and believe me, I understand how this goes. It's hard to label this an action movie. Technically, there are some action bits. This is more of a thriller. I would say thriller, dramatic thriller is the better way to describe this. Just in the video store, this would, maybe not for you, but for me, if I ever saw this cover, which is a cool, simple cover, Sean Connery, the red, it would always be labeled in the action section. So you think, oh, it's going to be back and forth, torpedoes, back and forth, back and forth. There's a teeny bit of that, but not a lot for its over 2-hour running time. And yeah, I could see maybe 15 minutes you could have trimmed. Bits here, bits there. But overall, there's some nice stunt work, like when Alec Baldwin's character has to rappel down to this submarine that has Scott Glenn's submarine that's at the top. And it's real people, real stuntmen dangling off the ladder of a helicopter. Dangerous stuff, all done for real. There are a couple effect shots that don't work in the finale, where you have like some torpedoes that are like going towards the camera, and they don't hold up the best in today's age. But for the most part, seeing the submarines underwater are fairly decent for a film from 1990. To the point that I guarantee you a shitload of these direct-to-video submarine movies stole from either this movie or Crimson Tide. Just like those are the two big sub movies. Well, and Das Boot, which I haven't seen Das Boot. I've heard many things about Das Boot, but I haven't seen it. I'm trying to think of other submarine movies. There was that one with Rob Butler that I never saw, Hunter Killer. U-571, I remember I liked the cast, but it being, Just, there's Matthew McConaughey, Harvey Keitel. I remember it being okay. I remember not hating the film. Bill Paxton has a supporting role in it. Yeah, I remember not hating it. But this one, I definitely appreciated more, because I did feel a bit of the tension. It's well done for the most part on the technical note. Like I said, the inside of the subs, the lighting, the tech on the dashes, and again, the cast worked well. Sean Connery definitely can show that intensity and presence of a captain. Oh, that's another movie I didn't see. K-19, The Widowmaker with Harrison Ford. I never saw that one. I think Catherine Bigelow did it. Or could be wrong on that. But yeah, if you go into this expecting an action film, you're going to be disappointed. But this is more of a thriller, really. Submarine dramatic thriller. I thought it worked well for what it was trying to do. It was a huge success when it came out, to the point that that's why they wanted to do more Jack Ryan films. But I don't know what happened with Alec Baldwin. Rumors are McTiernan and Alec Baldwin didn't work well together, but then I'm not sure why John McTiernan did not do Patriot Games. That was 1992. Maybe he just didn't want to do it for... That might have been around the same time he did that film Medicine Man, which is a really bad movie. One of the lesser John McTiernan movies, Medicine Man with Sean Connery. That one, I couldn't get much into it. It's not the worst John McTiernan film. That'd be the Rollerball remake, but like I said, some nice tension, slickly shot, great score by Basil Polidoris, wonderful cast. It was always nice to see Scott Glenn in there, which I remember from films like The Challenge. He was in Silence of the Lambs, Backdraft, Courtney B. Vance. I've definitely seen him in films. I remember him from the Stallone film called ICU, also known as Detox. Tim Curry, which is I completely forgot Tim Curry was in this. Sam Neill. And Sean Connery really sold a good point of the movie. And yeah, other than a couple little effect scenes in the third act that don't hold up the best today, and again, I think some trimming in the running time would have not hurt the film. I think could have helped the pacing a little bit better. Just, I don't know. I don't think the film needed to be over 2 hours long. I think you could shave stuff to be just a bit under 2 hours. And he did. Alec Baldwin, he did a good job. You know, he's a normal guy. He's not a superhero. He's not Superman. He's not Stallone, Schwarzenegger. Jack Ryan isn't supposed to be. But while I like Alec Baldwin, I just think Kevin Costner or Harrison Ford, as we saw in Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, it does work better for this kind of role compared to Alec Baldwin, but I keep feeling like I'm knocking Alec Baldwin. I don't mean to. That's why I repeat for like the 10th time now. He did a good job. It's just, there's others I would prefer. You know, Kevin Costner, Harrison Ford, because those are the two names that were thrown about while this film was being made. And funny enough, this film actually got a video game, both Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Which I don't know if I can find it. Maybe I'll put those throughout the review. You'd be like, what the hell's that? Well, something for you to see. You know, here's the Nintendo game. Maybe I'll put that at the beginning just for shits and giggles. It's like, that's not footage from the movie? No, but it's different. It shows that they would make the video game almost anything back in the day. They did Platoon, you know, Predator, and Hunt for Red October. I mean, but there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks once again to Albin. If you're watching, I will get to the other ones, which he requested also. Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, and Ransom. So those will be coming soon. Again, Albin, thanks once again for your PayPal requests. If anyone ever has any requests, you can send it to me via PayPal down below. Thank you, take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.